Hi guys, we are back. We're going to be going into picks and bans very shortly. Some minor technical glitch there where the screen just wouldn't appear for some reason. So yeah, we're going to be going to picks and bans after Invidious won game one very convincingly. What do you expect to see banned away here, Switch?
Just based on what Top Notch's performance last game, going 7-0 on that Bologna, it'd be pretty silly for Law, to not ban out that Bologna. Obviously, very, very powerful in the hands of Mr. Notch there. He performed really, really well. That, and across the board, I don't particularly think there's like a specific thing you can ban out against Invidious, because they have shown that they have versatility across the board. You can't really ban out Just Rogue's Agni, because then he's got Just Rogue Scylla. Can't really ban out the Thor for Freemason, because then you've got his Hunbats. And it's just so versatile in that you can't really specifically ban out a certain team comp. You're going to have to stop and narrow down exactly what you're going to ban and target out that one person. So ban out Bologna and Tia and stop like Top Notch from being able to do stuff.
Alrighty, so we're going to go ahead and look at our first bans here. Thor taken away by Law Gaming. You know, that's one of Freemason's comfort picks in the jungle. Loki, again, taken away from Law Gaming by Invidious. Once again, taken away from Shrek. Athena banned out again. You know, these are all just standard bans we've seen from these two teams prior to this. Really just taking away really strong picks. And then there's the Bologna ban you were talking about. This time it's Invidious that banned it away, however.
An interesting one. I suppose that they didn't want them to take the Bologna first, and yeah, because I suppose Top Notch just doesn't want to go up against a Bologna, and rightly so. Like, if anyone can play Bologna at half to the capacity of what he played just before, then you're in for a lot of trouble there. So I can kind of understand that. All the other bands are kind of like understood. Like Athena, we go over it several times, so it's not too much of a fuss. But yeah, heading into the first picks, we do see Law picking up Hunbat.
Yeah, so that's probably also, on one hand, it's giving something to senses that he really likes. On the other hand, it's taking away from Freemason's God pool. Now, the other thing we've seen Freemason play quite well is the Amir. He likes the lockdown junglers that can really set up the team fights and secure people in place for the team. So we might see that coming out of Freemason, might be something he's forced into. But on the side of Invidious, we could see that Sylvanas and Janus is picked up for them, taking away picks that we saw Law Gaming play last time.
Exactly, those comfort picks that Law like. I'm surprised if they're really adamant on taking away those comfort picks. I'm surprised if they ban Loki that Top Notch just didn't pick Sun Wukong and play that and force Shrek's hand into something that he hasn't played too much recently, from what we've seen. But I definitely do like the Sylvanas pick there, especially with the Hunbats. You see the Hunbats jump in, and you know straight away, bang, he's going to drop the Fear No Evil, I'm going to drop the Wrath of Terror, I'm going to be CC immune for the majority of the duration of his ultimate. So, yeah, be very interested to see that. We do see the response, though. We are going to see an Ul and an Agni. Standard. We know they're great.
I mean, the Ul are not so much. Like, Ante played it last game, didn't really do terribly much on it. Was just basically outlaned by Rana, outboxed by him in every opportunity, and didn't really contribute too much to the team fight. They got some early aggression, but that was mainly due to chilled Sylvanas more than anything. And then, look, we can see Rana again playing Rama. He really likes this pick. Rana tends to go through these phases of what he really likes to play in the Hunter role, and it appears to be Rama at the moment. You know, he's unlocked the eternal Rama Barana. And we saw those snipes there last game, just absolutely perfect. He hit nearly every single one of them, and he always managed to hit them in the clutch moments where they really counted.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And if he did so well against the Ula matchup, if they're going to pick up Ul, then why not? He'll take the Ram. It's easy as pie. We are going to go into the second round of bans, and we are going to see an Ares ban. I can understand it. I can definitely understand it. They don't want to be locked down from an Ares. The cripple is devastating. We all know it to be devastating. So why not just get rid of it? And the fact that they haven't picked up a support yet is just testament to it.
Yeah, we could see a Ymir picked. Actually, no, Geb. Geb hasn't come through picks and bans yet. Law Gaming actually looks like they've passed on their ban. But yeah, the Geb hasn't been picked up yet. That's really interesting to me, considering how strong Geb is. Actually, we see him picked up now after Invidious takes Fenrir for Freemason in the jungle. So Geb going to be picked up now by Law Gaming. That I really like this Geb pick, especially into Fenrir.
Exactly right. At the moment, Fenrir is up in the mouth. There we go. You're going to just shield it up. You're going to send that CC and he's going to drop to the ground. We're going to see the Geb Wukong. Like, Wukong again, Shrek. Like, it's this... Come on.
Yeah.
There's something more. We've spoken about it several times. It's a powerful god. It can provide the, like, softish CC, I suppose, with the slow, as well as the Tiger Stun, which is very strong, and the survivability from the ultimate. It's really good. And in response to that, Top Notch is going to bust out his tier. We get to see the tier notch.
Tier notch is out, boys.
Right.
Shut down your computers, go home. This one's going the way of Invidious. He has got tier notch online. It's just going to be something to watch. Tier just like it's just top notch embodied. Just such setup ability available, as well as that he's a really bruisery god. He's able to deal a hefty amount of damage if you're unprepared for it. He's able to sustain in fights, and he's also able to just live through so much damage.
As well as the CC, he's massive, meaning that he's only going to be able to be locked down for that 1 second. So into like picks and stuff like a Geb with the Cataclysm being the Cataclysm, as well as stuff like the Ula Stun and the Agni Bombs, and the Agni Stun, as well as the Hunbat's ult. Like, all that CC, it's just like, whatever, it's only going to last a second, I don't need to buy beads, I'll be fine. Because of that tier passive. So it's a very, very good pickup there. Not only does it fit Top Notch's playstyle very well, but it also fits in very well with the team comp that they've currently got, which is a little bit of the sustain with the Sylvanas and stuff, as well as the control that you'll be getting from the Sylvanas and the tier. So I'm excited to see how this is going. My prediction for this, just based on the draft, probably going to give the edge a bit to Invidious here.
Yeah. I like their draft. Like, again, they've got tons of initiate on their side with the Sylvanas, with the Fenrir, with the tier. On the side of Law Gaming, they bettered their initiation from last time. They've got Geb and they have Hunbats. To a certain extent, Agni can kind of do it if he hits a couple of stuns and then someone can find anything off the back of it. One thing to note though, no Ao Kuang picked or banned.
That's a very interesting one there. I don't particularly know if I've seen Top Notch Ao Kuang before, so it's not that much of a surprise for it to like go straight through. And as we mentioned earlier, Shrek with his Loki Wukong Godpool, don't see Ao Kuang fitting in there at all. So it's not too much of a surprise, and I feel like they can get away with not, banning it out on the side of Invidious. They don't need to ban it out. Like, what's the point? If history shows anything, this is what Shrek's gonna play.
Yeah, exactly right. We're going to have to see how these teams battle it out in this one. See which team comp is the stronger. See which team can snatch victory here. We're going to take a short break and be right back.
The new high-performance Rig 500 headset from Plantronics is designed to match the skills of an aspiring esport player with the gear they need to win. The new modular system gives you the power to adapt, upgrade, and personalize your headset for the task at hand. The Rig 500 series of gaming headsets are engineered to deliver the perfect combination of durable lightweight comfort in an immersive audio environment. 7.1 surround sound and 24-bit audio provide a stunning 360-degree sound field with directional audio. 40mm drivers with low-frequency resonators provide crisp highs and boosted bass. Clear voice noise cancelling technology provides clear communication to your teammates. From the headset company that equips the pros, the 500 series was crafted to meet the needs of esports and competitive players around the world. The new Rig 500 series of headsets from Plantronics. Respect the training. Reactions win.
When the world needs conquerors. When being rare is not enough, and even epic fails, it's time to create your own fate to become legendary. No matter what kind of enemy you face, or what kind of game you play, Become the craftsman of your own legend. It's time to create your own legend. Time to build your victory. Rocket Nef.
Hey there, Smite fans, check it out. See what Sandboxer's about. Print it, 3D print your favorite gods. Print it, Kukulkan to Sun Wukong. And try to collect them all. From image to the wall. You can even score your very own board. Take out a loan and order more. Print it.
Alright guys, we're back with game number 2 between Invidious and Law Gaming. Invidious takes the first one in pretty convincing fashion, and Law Gaming really need to step it up here to try and get something back off them. I'm Husey, and joining me for this broadcast is going to be Switch Bay.
Oh, we hype. I'm really excited to see how this one goes. As I said earlier, I'm going to give the little advantage stuff just based on picks over towards Team Invidious, but let's get these teams introduced. Husey, kick it off.
Alright, so on the left side of your spectator UI, under the blue health bars, fighting out of the order side of the map, we are going to have Law Gaming. Shrek is the solo lane monkey with Sun Wukong. Senses is the jungle monkey with Hunbats. Goldie isn't a monkey, he is Agni in the mid lane. Chilled and Dante are going to be your duo lane, Rock and Hunter, which is going to be Geb and Ula.
And on the right side of your spectator UI, in the red trunks, we've got Top Notch, Tier Notch in the solo lane. We have got Freemason playing Fenrir in the jungle. Just Rogue is going to be in the mid lane as your robotic man, Giannis. And Nickrick and Ranabarana are going to be in your duo lane as Sylvanas and Rama. I'm so excited to see this Tier Notch. That started Red Pot.
Yep, and Freemason as well. We saw this last game. They both started Red Pot. Both want some really early aggression. Basically, they're saying is level 5, it's measting time to Law Gaming. And so Law Gaming need to be really aware of that. They would have noted it from last game and should really expect this one, especially Shrek in the solo lane, who saw Top Notch's Bologna last game with the red buff. And in the mid lane, Freemason, he just ganked there as soon as he hit level 5, and Goldie felt it.
I really like the little glow that red buff gives you. You're glowing, darling. You're glowing. But as we can see, fairly standard starts out from both sides. Invidious going for their usual 3-man mid camps, which I still just don't understand. I don't get it. It doesn't make sense to me. You could just do so much more. You could just
Law Gaming invade of the purple again.
Wow. Oh, that's surprising. They managed to get it this time. That's interesting.
No, they didn't.
Whoops, my bad. They did not
actually
manage to
get it.
But...
Piranha. Look at his health. He's going to be forced back here.
He really should have just sat back and, like, that timer, it's, what is it, like, 20 seconds, I think?
Yes.
How long? Yeah, 20 seconds stays on the ground. He would have had plenty of time, but now he wanted to be greedy, so he's going to be poked out. And now Dante and Shield look like they're going to try and zone out a bit of XP here. That's going to stop Rana from hitting level 2 until those minions hit up to that tower. But as we can see, there are much more red minions on the side than there are blue. So these minions are going to get pushed right under tower if they choose not to hit them.
And it means as well that Nickrick is forced to go into his Wisps first rather than his pull, so it's going to prevent any early aggression from them from before level 3. But the power of Sylvanas, look at Rana. He's pretty up to 3/4 health again. So really able to sustain quite nicely there. Get himself back into this one. And I guess, you know, if any combo can survive that great poking at the start, it's going to be a Sylvanas and basically any other AD carry. Possibly Neat's probably the best one to survive with her own heals. That lane is just dirty, and you should never go up against it. It's very hard to win against.
can definitely agree there. Was it the last time we casted something? There was like a Sylvanas Neath lane. Turns out if you do rearrange those letters, you do sustain. I think it's A sustain, something along those lines. But we do see a bit of damage coming out on the left-hand side. A lot of poke damage coming out from Runner and Nick Crick. Dante's going to jump over that pool, and they're both going to be... It's kind of reversed now. Now they're sitting under their tower on low health. Apart from that, there's not much aggression happening anywhere else on the map. We do see that Top Notch has gotten level 5 just before Shrek, so that Lawbringer is available to him to use if need be. But as we've mentioned, a red pot, it's just going to be able to blast through everything. Shrek goes up to that wave, he's just going to try and clean him up, I suppose. Top Notch very, very dominant on that already enhanced tier with that pot.
Yeah, he's got greater sustain than Shrek at this point as well. Shrek doesn't have an inbuilt heal into his kit other than Somersault Cloud, whereas Top Notch, he can use the Power Cleave in defensive stance and heal up off the wave. Shrek's having a little bit more of a tricky time of it at this point in the game.
We do see the ultimate coming in on the left-hand side. There goes the Unstable Vortex, and Freemason's going to use the big doggy and take out Dante there, and... that's going to be the first blood over towards Invidious. I think they got first blood last game, so if patterns show, then... Please don't be going for Gold Fury. The Gold Fury.
Yeah. Runner managed to avoid a gank there. You could see that Goldie and Senses came over to try and find something to wisely roll away just beforehand. Not going to be a Gold Fury this early in the game. I think that would be just a little bit too risky even for Invidious, but they're going to find some nice pressure in the mid lane. That engagement right there is just typical Invidious. They're just level 5, time to fight. Let's go, boys. You know, let's all meet up behind the parking lot at 3:30, get ready to fight the other guys. And now they're going to take away both sets of mid camps.
Oh, but over on these right camps, we do see the Fear No Evil coming down as well as the Wrath of Terror. The damage coming out. Senses is caught out just by himself. He does teleport over to Freemason. Freemason jumps up in the air, getting the stun down. Husey, take that one through.
Oh, it looks like Just Rogue managed to get out there quite nicely, portal through the wall. But Invidious really kind of trying to turn this one around. Freemason taken quite low. In comes Top Notch, and he looks like he's going to get a kill onto Goldie. He does so. Very nicely played there from Invidious.
That's what that's second blood as well. They're in the driver's seat of this. They're really continuing on with their current form and their form from last game as well. It's kind of like it's stuck through this entire way through.
Yeah, we're not gonna have to take a pause here, folks. We're just gonna have to apologize quickly though. There is some issues with the spectator client at this point in time. We're getting a couple of glitches here and there. We'll do our best to work through them, but please show us some patience in the chat. We are doing the best we can with what we have got at this point, but we'll attempt to keep bringing you all the action between Invidious and Law Gaming. But Invidious, again, they found something off the back of some Law Gaming initiation right there.
Exactly right. This kind of takes me back a little bit to the Ivory Law game, where Law were very, very aggressive, and Ivory would sit back and kind of do the same thing that Invidious are doing currently, which is the counter initiate. And the counter initiate is really the thing that I think Law Gaming need to work on. They need to work on how to get around that, because it seems to, like, time after time, really, really hurting them.
Yeah, the team fights are certainly in Invidious's favor. I think it's just because they're more synergized as a team rather than necessarily picks or bans or mechanical skill. The Invidious have just been a team together for so long. They just know kind of instinctively what the other's thinking.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And I'd say, I'm not too familiar with Law Gaming's, I suppose, what's the word I'm looking for? Their scrim, like how frequently they scrim. But I do know that Invidious are always down there looking for scrims and always scrimming teams. So I'd say that they're a bit more well-practiced. So they definitely know what's going on. The Blink comes out in the middle of the Fear No Evil. It's going to push people away. And Senses is going to pick up the kill onto Rogue. Just Rogue, the big Cataclysm coming down from Chilled is going to force them away. It doesn't look like much more is going to happen except for Mason trying to find someone big doggy style. Top Notch just going to pick up that kill onto Goldie, but he's going to fall there. And Chilled looks like he is... Yep, there we go. Top Notch picks up a triple kill. It was a fantastic play.
Ooh, baby,
Chat, if you think that was awesome, just take a little note of what time it was and which game it was, and post it for the top 5 plays, because I think that belongs there. That was a good play.
That was a great play there by Top Notch. Used the Lawbringer, jumped onto Sensors in the mid lane, then picked up a kill and picked up another kill after that. Nice triple kill for him there. And Shrek has hung around a little bit here, going to be fighting Freemason. Actually manages to take Freemason down, but Runner clears him up with the snipes. My goodness.
There we go, Rana. That's what we were talking about. We were talking about that last game. Rana Barana's ultimate on those Rams. Oh, sorry, on Ram. Good, could just pinpoint exactly what he's doing. Look at the flick of them wrists, and he's going to pick up those kills.
That was just great work by him there. He rotated it over just far enough, knew the exact range of how far that ultimate can go, and then he used it. Great work there. But Freemason falls there. Shrek hung around there, died, but did manage to get a kill onto Freemason. So it's kind of, you know, what's good trades and what's not. But I think it's more of a psychological boost for Law than it is necessarily something we'll see reflected in the charts.
Exactly right. If he didn't get that kill, what would the deficit have been? It would have been 1-5. And they would have been like, oh no, we've only got 1 kill. But you look up, you got 2 kills, you look, press tab, you see, okay, Shrek's gotten a kill. Okay, Sensors has gotten a kill. We're not out of this, boys. We're not out of this just yet. We can still come back. But I just feel that Invidious are just dominant at this point. It's 7 minutes in and they've already got like 3k XP and 2k gold. It's not looking good for Law. They really need to work on sitting back a little bit and not engaging so hard. And if you are going to engage that hard, then maybe hold some abilities. Maybe don't go too hardcore. Try and sit back a little bit and allow an opportunity for Invidious to make a mistake for you to then capitalize on. Because at this point, Laura just like, I think we should fight now and like jump in, blast all their abilities. And then when it comes from the rotation from like Top Notch or Rana Barana or something, they've got no abilities. They've got no actives because they use them up so quickly.
As well as that, they're trying to fight when it's just kind of like 2-on-2, or even when they're outnumbered. Whereas Invidious, when they choose to fight, they always have the advantage, be it in health and mana or in numbers. And we can see actually now Invidious going to try and fight on the left-hand side again. Blink there from Shield gets him out of trouble and also gets an axe onto Nickrick. But in the backline is Sensors and Goldie looking for something here. Cataclysm comes out from Shield. There's the Pheno Evil as well. Nickrick is the target of all the aggression. Firebombs come out. Freemason jumps in, who managed to pick up a kill onto Shield. He's gone into Ragnarok mode, picks up Dante, who beats us away, but Rana Barana gets the kill onto him there. Sensors is extremely low. Rana Barana can go up at this point and choose to snipe if he wants to. Just Rogue gets the kill onto Goldie as well. Shrek is in the backline, knocking everyone up with the Ox. Chased down by Freemason at this point. Invidious going all out after him. Now it's just Top Notch chasing him, and they're going for the Gold Fury.
What are you doing, Top Notch? Why are you pushing him out that far? That's mean, Top Notch. Don't be mean. Yeah, but that was a fantastic fight by Invidious there. That was textbook as to what we stated earlier. They were just a lot more it seems like they're a bit more well-tuned, a bit, especially say, greased up a bit. They know exactly what they're doing in each situation. And there we go. They're just going to pick up that Gold Fury, and it looks like they're all going to get out without dying, which is good. You do see Chilled now coming back up and Sensors coming back from their death timers, but unfortunately not enough time was given to them, and Invidious are going to be able to pick up that Gold Fury and further extend that gold lead of of just under 4k.
Please never say greased up Invidious again, because I got some very disturbing images in my mind.
Come on, have you never thought about greasing up Top Notch and just like hugging him?
Goodness. I can say with full confidence I've never imagined greasing up
Just
Top
wait
Notch.
for packs. Don't knock it till you try it.
Oh my goodness. Switch please. Alright, so Invidious, as you mentioned, very much ahead at this point, about 3k in both gold and XP. And Law Gaming again falling behind early. Like, they need to get some stuff rolling early game because they really don't have all that much late game compared to Invidious, who do have Rana Barana's Rama, who's very much late game, and Janus tends to be very strong in the late game as well. I really don't see Law Gaming be able to do much.
A Janus ulti can change the tempo of a game. Only just the utility of moving someone from point A to point B, but also the amount of damage on that. Like if you see someone getting away, just close your eyes, throw out your ult and hope to hit a blind snipe. And it is such a good feeling hitting that. But we do see a bit of a grouping on the right-hand lane of Invidious. They do want to catch out Shrek here. There goes Wrath of Terror. Unstable Vortex goes down, chunking him down to damage, and Freemason is going to credit that kill onto Shrek. We should be seeing some form of tower push here. They've taken out the solo laner. Top Notch is going to go over to the right lane, probably clear out those minions and try and get that tower down. On the left-hand side, we see Runner just battling out 2 levels ahead of Dante. So fed right now. He's just miles ahead of him. He's 2-0. Dante's 0-2. When you do the maths, he's just outpowering him right now.
Yeah, and the kind of difference you see between just these teams, but kind of the top teams in the region and lower tier ones, is that when Invidious got that game, Shrek was pretty much dead as soon as they decided to rotate. And when Shrek called out that they were there, Chilled looked to rotate along with Goldie rather than looking to force something somewhere else. They didn't accept that Shrek was dead, and that was really unfortunate for them. Freemason going to get a kill onto Chilled here again, helped by Rana, who's going to look for something onto Dante. But there's the Fear No Evil. Rana being chunked down at this point. Zenzu jumps onto him here. Freemason jumps back, stuns him out there. The roots were full. Much has got a kill onto Goldie in the mid lane. Rana and Freemason going to get out here. And now Just Rogue, actually, great escape there from Just Rogue, uses the through space and time to get away from Shrek, who was doing a lot of damage to him. So Invidious, again, picking up kills, Law Gaming unable to get anything off the back of their engagements.
Yeah, exactly right. I think Top Notch is just he's around, he's done some stuff, he's 4-0-4, he's got 2k gold in hand. He should really just back off here, go and spend that. As we saw on the left lane, Chill just going down there, and the kill was credited to Freemason. That's going to bump Freemason up, and now he's currently 5-1. Bit of an undercover carry there. I did not notice that he was that fed. We do see Goldie, though, is 0-4. He's not having a good time here, and I think that has something to do with Freemason's ability to stick to him when he tries to use his Path of Flames, tries to dash away, but unfortunately that's not going to stop the Brutalize, and the Brutalize will do a lot of damage and follow you up, unless Goldie gets him to, stuns him out a little bit quicker. But yeah, it's not looking good for for Law here. It's 12-2.
It's a real reflection on Invidious's playstyle as well. He just likes to pick on the mid laner, and like even a mid laner with an escape like an Agni, it's still very hard generally to get away as a mage from aggression from a jungler or from a support. And really, Law's Goldie especially is the one that's paying for on the side of Law Gaming. Chill's been bullied a fair bit in this one as well, but yeah, it's just constant rotations behind you. They're constant team fighting, which has really helped them build this lead.
Yeah, you're exactly right there. I don't particularly see Law being able to drive any more team fights, as we know that they do. They do know that they can't be going towards. Okay. Sorry, I just saw the timer there and I thought they can't be going towards Gold Fury while people are in right lane. It would be the right call, but the Gold Fury isn't flashing yet. Rana is backing, so if they do notice that the Gold Fury is about to come up, and there it goes, it's starting to flash now, the time would have been then, but unfortunately that's given enough time for Top Notch, Just Rogue, and Nick to get back into that mid lane and show Goldie and Chilled the dominant force. If we just head over quickly towards the graphs, it's 14 minutes in, and Invidious are currently 5.5k gold up, as well as just over 7k experience up. So they are definitely in the driver's seat of this game and really dictating to Law like they did last game when they can and when they cannot fight.
And that's what Invidious just does well when they win, is they determine where they fight and when they fight. And even if they're not ahead early game, they still try and fight early to try and give themselves the lead. And that generally allows them to get a lead back off an early loss. But Invidious' team fight is really, really strong. I've been pleasantly surprised by them during the OPL with their ability to coordinate as a team, particularly with a lot of the role swaps that they went through. Just Rogue moved from the jungle to the mid, Rana moved to ADC, Nick moved out solo to support, like so many different things over the place. Freemason moving to jungle. And it all seems to be really, really working out for them. They haven't seen this much success since the open ladder when Maxon was a part of their team and Nick was not at that point in time. And they actually topped the open ladder
Lord and
at this
Savior.
point. And things are looking very, very positive for Invidious moving forward.
Yeah, I can definitely see them being a bit of a power force. Next week, they've got Invidious. Next week, Invidious have Sif Gaming to play, and that's a bit of a rival match there, and I'm very, very interested to see how that one's going to go. So I think this will be, if they end up finishing this game as well as they took the first game, then I think that's a big confidence boost going into the game against Sif. But we do see the Cataclysm coming down from Shield. He's going to find 3 of them, and then he's going to hit the Shockwave and knock them up and extend that CC chain there. Is going to be a big kind of push out from Invidious here under that tier 1 tower. They only are going to be able to manage to find Goldie from this engagement. It does look like Freemason wants to keep going. He's going to cop the axe stun from Dante and get away with the smallest bit of health. Will he?
Oh
yes,
my
he
God.
gets away.
Now
Unless...
Shrek's going up in the somersault cloud here. Freemason jumps
well played,
as
Freemason.
he comes down. Great escape from him there, and now Topnotch is going to be fighting Shrek. Invidious just go for this tower. Shield is super low here.
Yeah.
Shrek can't really contest it. The health for the tower really isn't there. You've got Rana Brana. He's going to be lots of damage to the tower with his hit cord and that the penetration that brings. Topnotch is there doing damage as well. And now it looks like they're going for another Gold Fury.
Gold Fury, yes, good. Gold Fury was the good call to make there. If you were to keep split push, sorry, not keep split pushing, but if you were to keep pushing down that tier 2 on the left, Agni just came up. Agni would have been on his way with all his bombs and stuff. And by the time Agni gets to the Gold Fury is probably done. We do see Sense with the Blink ult, and he's going to push Freemason out of that, and then he's going to teleport to him. Big jump over, he's going to be slowed. Fortunately, Sense just can't manage to pick it up. Shrek is chasing down Rana Barana on the side. Rana Barana getting very low, but Freemason coming in with his Ragnarok, and he's just going to bring him away from Rana, try and keep his ADC safe. Rogue looking in a bit of a pickle, but he's just going to portal himself out and negate all that damage. And we see Law then turning around and trying to start up this Gold Fury, and if they can get that, then they will be able to bring the gold deficit back a bit. Just Rogue with this through space of time, trying to dump a bit of damage down onto them, but I don't think that it's enough. He is going to get stunned out by Shrek there. Agni bombs coming down from Goldie, and just Rogue getting poked down to just the tiniest bit of health as Law Gaming managed to pick up that Gold Fury. That was a really good counter engage by Law. That's exactly what I said that they should have done from the beginning. Sit back and re-engage after Invidious have engaged. And look at that, they get a Gold Fury out of it, and they get some picks.
Yeah, one really great thing there from the side of Invidious was Freemason managing to save Rana Brana. I'm amazed that either of them lived, let alone both of them. But as you mentioned, Gold Fury for Law Gaming, reducing some of the lead of Invidious. Unfortunately for Law Gaming, Invidious still ahead by 7,800 XP, 4,300 gold. The gold lead a little bit cut down at this point, but maybe that's the morale boost that Law Gaming need to get themselves back into this game.
Exactly. I know Shield, and he'd definitely be rallying up the boys, being like, boys, we just got this Gold Fury. Come on, we're not out of it. Let's tie this up. Let's tie this one up. We are going to see a pause coming out from Topnotch here. Not too sure what that pause is all about. Everyone seems to be connected to the game. However, we will take this moment to talk about itemization. We can see that Dante has gone for the Soul Eater again. Good. Soul Eater is... The surrender vote has come out. That's a bit strange. Don't know what's happening there. Yeah, we do see the Soul Eater come out from Dante. He is 0-3, and Soul Eater is typically something that you'd want to see on an ADC that wants a bit more survivability. So it's not that surprising that he wants to opt for the Soul Eater, being 0-3. But yeah, the game is going to resume, and we are going to see Invidious just wanting to take out their camps and just focus on farming. Focus on just hanging out, pushing advantages when the opportunity comes across, and sitting back when they don't need to, because there's no point in fighting. Like, sure, you've got a lead, but you don't need to whack it in their face and be like, oh, we're going to be fighting you at every chance we can, because that's when slip-ups happen, and that's when mistakes are made, and that's when there is the potential for the games to be thrown. Yuzi, what do you think is going to happen in this mid lane? There's a lot of grouping here.
I have a feeling that Nick Crick is going to blink in, which he does. Wrath of Terror onto Goldie. He's fallen through the ground as well. Just right there's the Video Equal coming out from Senses. Ragnarok as well from Freemason. Picks up Shield, who can't stone shield himself. He does beat his way out of there. Cataclysm onto Freemason, who's extremely low at this point. Senses teleports to him with a Sacred Monkey, but can't find the overhand smash to take him out there. Topnotch blinks in, knocks up Shield, who's gonna stone shield himself, but fall down to Just Road. Shrek's here as well, but it's just got to run away at this point. Great pick there for Invidious. And Law Gaming, they tried to initiate there. They still didn't respect the lead that Invidious has at this point. Shrek's Sun Wukong at this point is just really not doing anything.
No, it's really not. We did see it a few times, like, doing very well. But here, it's just not bringing anything to it. It's kind of just, it seems a bit slack and a bit lazy. As to these are the gods I'm comfortable with, Loki and Wukong, and I'm just going to play them. And I think it's a bit selfish on his part because he's not like allowing his team the diversity to build solid team compositions like we have seen on Invidious's side. It's kind of just been the same bland type of thing that they do every week, and it sadly does reflect on their positioning currently in the standings.
Yeah, it really limits what you can do out of the solo lane. The Sun Wukong, while it's very single target compared to something like a Tier or a Bologna, it allows you to get that kill onto that one person with your Tiger form. You can poke people out great with a Magic Cudgel, but it just doesn't bring very much to a team fight other than a lot of survivability.
But the blink does come in from Nikrik onto those left camps. Goldie getting extremely low. He's going to get the Stone Shield out as he pushes away, but I don't think it's going to be enough. He takes too much damage, and Freemason is going to get credit for the kill. Cataclysm does come out, and Freemason is trying his best to run away. Tried to get that portal, but it didn't particularly work, and they are going to keep chasing him down. Shrek really wants him. He's birded right up to him. Is he going to kill him with the slow? He does manage to kill him with the slow, and over into the deep into the jungle, deep into Law Gaming's jungle. You see Dante trying to get away, and Top Notch chasing him furiously, and Chill's just behind him trying to help him out. Sensors under the tier 2 tower, getting exceptionally low, but again, he is going to be able to get away. Top Notch lurking with the blink, fearless knock-up combo. Top Notch lurking on the side and manages to pick up the kill onto Sensors there. Do they want to keep going after that tier 1? I think they should. They've gotten 2 picks from that. Agni is coming back up, but I think they've definitely got the damage for this tier 2. No, not just yet. They don't have the minions. 3v3 here. Top Notch is running off into the right jungle. He just wants to maybe steal a blue buff and get out. Is he going to notice the blue buff? Yes, he is, and he's going to drop a sentry ward down there. That's going to take away the blue buff from Sun Wukong, who everyone knows is very, very mana hungry, and the cooldown as well. It's kind of a little bit needed, as well as Nikrik and Just Rogue being able to pick up the speed buff as well. So they're really, not only are they constricting Law Gaming, but they're also taking away their buffs. So it's forcing their hand even further to just to sit under their tower a lot and not be able to do very much. Chilled rolling out for some reason. I don't know why he's rolling out there into dangerous territory. Chilled was by his side.
I thought Invidious was going for the fire giant there, and then he was just rolling out, thinking, oh, I better stop this. But Invidious wisely not going for it there, especially with 5 members of Law Gaming still up. But yeah, as you mentioned, Invidious just compressing Law Gaming into this tiny portion of the map, taking away a lot of their buffs. And we can see a Gold Fury started up here from Invidious.
Yeah, this Gold Fury here, if Invidious get this, I think it's going to be all over Red Rover, but we do see the Cataclysm come down. Fear No Evil coming out as well as the Wrath of Terror. So much damage coming out. Nikrik is out of position, but that beautifully timed through space and time from Just Rogue there is going to get him to safety. They are a little bit poked out here, but they have the sustain from the Sylvanas. So if Law Gaming do decide to commit to this Gold Fury, this could be the next big team fight. Shrek comes in, he's trying to zone out Freemason, senses with the jump over, it's going to slow him, but it does look like Law are just going to disengage from that Gold Fury. Top Notch with the fantastic fearless knock-up combo. Senses getting down really, really low. That Stone Shield is going to be the only thing keeping him into it, but Freemason picks him up out of the air and drags him back down. I don't think he'll be able to pick up the kill there. No, Goldie manages to pick up the kill onto Freemason with that Rain Fire, and Shrek manages to find one onto Just Rogue. Nikrik getting dangerously low and inevitably falls, and it does look like Law Gaming, they've done exactly what I said. It's like night and day difference. They've managed to like bring this back a little bit. They got quite a few kills from that, and it does look like they're going to be able to get the Gold Fury as well. I'm a little bit excited. We do see Top Notch coming in though. Does he have a blink available to him? He does not. It's on a 15-second cooldown. He's just trying to get in there, but it does look like Shrek's going to make his day a little bit tricky. And he's going to find 2 people with his Fearless and knock-up combo, and he's getting poked out. I don't think there's a whole lot he can do, but Runner Barana is in here, smacking down Dante a lot. He's going to go up into the ult. Come on, Runner. 1, 2, and 3. And he's going to hit all 3 of them and do a crap ton of damage to everybody.
Yeah, and now it looks like Top Notch chasing Shield. There's the Lawbringer onto him, hits him with the power cleave. Firebomb stun, holding his shield. There's a nice Fear No Evil from Senses, who picks up a kill on him. Rana Barana is hanging around at this point, but Law Gaming, my goodness, they have looked dominant in this part. And they got 4-for-1 kills around that Gold Fury, just doing exceptionally well in those team fighting situations there. Unfortunately, not able to pick up the Gold Fury, and Invidious look like they're going to take it.
Well, it definitely did not seem like Invidious were going to take it at the beginning of that fight. There was a lot of coming down. Just Rogue trying to pick up that kill onto the Agni. He's going to chase him down with that Brutalize and eventually find the kill. Shrek kind of fighting around this Gold Fury. Hughes, you take this one away.
Yes, so it looks like Invidious really want this Gold Fury. Wrath of Terror comes through from Nickrick, doesn't manage to find the pool though. Great Cataclysm from Chilled, stops everyone in place, but Rana rolls through, doing a ton of damage to Shrek, who's forced to use the Somersault Cloud to just get himself out of a little bit of danger. The Decoy going to be doing some work as it whacks people up. Chilled rolling around, but rolls straight back into Invidious, knocks people up. There's a great Fear No Evil. Freemason takes a lot of damage. Through space of time, just goes straight down that narrow passage where it does a ton of damage. Freemason forces back out here, and now Law Gaming looking for this Gold Fury again. Both of these teams fighting so heavily around this Gold Fury. They both want it very, very badly.
Well, yeah, as you can see, over towards the graphs, Law Gaming have brought it back a little bit. They've brought the gold deficit back to only 4k, which is fantastic form from them. They've really changed it around and just sat back, exactly as I said it. They sat back and they waited patiently and tried to reinitiate on Invidious's aggression from their lead. Runner is going to give up that Gold Fury. Shrek, I don't know why Shrek just decided that he wanted to ox through those people, but up goes Runner. 1-2, doesn't hit the third. Freemason is going to chase him down. Where's that jump? No, the Wisp. Wisp managed to pick up the kill onto Shrek, and Nickrick is going to be credited to that one. Dante taking a lot of damage there, down to half health. And he's just going to retreat under his tower. Shield getting very low. Forced to Stone Shield himself. And Invidious are just grouping on this left tier too. They really want this.
And there's a nice Fear No Evil there. He's really hit them in the great positions that they need to be in. Gets Freemason extremely low. Great fire bombs there from Goldie as well. But Top Notch picks up the kill onto Chilled. Onto Chilled. And Dante extremely low here as the tier 2 tower falls. There's a great stuff from Goldie. His Agni's really been doing work this game. Sacred Monkey does a fair bit of damage here, but Invidious look like they want to siege this Phoenix here. They have got the sustain to do it with the Sylvanas played by Nickrick, but no, they're just going to back off here wisely. Don't want to push their advantage too much. Great decision making from Invidious.
You're exactly right. I'm really surprised that Law Gaming have not... Oh, it goes the through the wall Wrath of Terror there. Goldie is going to get rooted and pulled, but I don't understand why he would have wasted an ulti on just one person. No one else would have been able to go through that portal. I'm not too sure what was happening there, but it does look like Runner's walking past the Gold Fury, and yes, he's just going to continue walking straight through. They don't want to contest it here. They want to really extend the lead that they have. That last team fight from the last time we mentioned Golden Expense, Invidious managing to get that tier 2 on the left, as well as pressure down the Phoenix. That boosted them up an extra 2,500 gold. But Top Notch is just going to sit down there and destroy Goldie with all that tiery good damage and run away on full health and heal up, because that's what tier does.
It's pretty absurd. And then he just blinked away well from the other two guys from Law that were chasing him there. And, free kill basically, just served up to him on a platter. Looks like they're rotating around these mid camps at this point, but Invidious, they had a little bit of a rocky period around that Gold Fury there where they gave up a fair amount of kills. Come back now though, and it was wise of them not to follow up on that Nickrick aggression, because Invidious generally don't like to fight unless they have about 3 or 4 members around. And at that point, it was just Nickrick and Top Notch, and it was just good decision not to fight. We put strength in numbers. It's really their philosophy.
Yeah, exactly right there. I'm just really surprised there's no weakening curse yet on the side of Law. They need one. It's needed.
There's no anti-heals at all. There's not even like a Divine Ruin or
no Pestilence. Nothing. It's a little bit frustrating. I would have liked to see one off on an Agni. On an Agni, that would have been just phenomenal, because you got those big circles already. There's no point in not getting it, and it's a good replacement, I suppose, for Bancrofts, just because you're still going to get that lifesteal. But not only that, you also get to reduce the healing that you're going to be getting from Top Notch, Freemason when he activates his 2. And,
yeah, it looks like some aggression around this fire giant here. Both teams grouping for it. I get the feeling whoever wins this team fight's just going to go for that one and pressure quite heavily. If Invidious get it, they can win, as the left-hand side has no towers up and just tier 2s remaining on the rest. There's a blink in from Shield with a Cataclysm. Beats away beautifully from everyone from Invidious, so he's not really going to find anything off the back of it, and it looks like it's going to be Invidious' turn now. There's a 3 piece of time from Just Rogue. I don't think he hits anyone there, but it's just to get his team in amongst the fight. They're all kind of spread out here, just fighting everyone all around the spot here.
Ooh, and Rana Barana almost managed to get Goldie down to near nothing health, but Top Notch looks like he's just going to try... No, he's not. Goldie missed that stun. But here goes Top Notch over into the tier 2 with the Lawbringer, just going to manage to find that kill onto Goldie there. And these picks here, if they get the pick on Dante like they just did, then that is an easy Fire Giant. Your Agni is down, your ADC is down, a lot of your damage is gone. This is just going to be a Fire Giant for Invidious. Chilled can't really do a whole lot here. He has been known to steal some objectives in the past with basic attacks and just random little abilities, but it looks like they're going to catch him out there, and they really just want to get as much damage onto him as possible and stop him from being able to do that. And there goes the Cataclysm. He's going to find quite a lot of people on that one, and just going to try and disengage there as Rana picks up the kill on 2 sensors.
And that was important because Senses did have his Fear No Evil available. It's going to be the main way that they could steal this Fire Giant. Shrek getting extremely low. He uses his Oxhorn to try and get away. Rana rolls towards him. Freemason gets credited with the kill, and it is just Chilled left here. This should be the Fire Giant for Invidious at this point. Just trying to put out some damage onto him. And now Top Notch zoning duty, baby. It's what he wants. Going to fight Chilled here. Prevent him from really doing anything. Rolling out towards the Fire Giant is Chilled. Agni is up. Goldie is ready to come and steal this. But Invidious need to burn it down. This is going to be really, really close, depending on who gets it. Freemason just picks up, does it on the fire there. And it looks like Invidious do get it there. Goldie going to be taking extremely low. Portal through the wall, taken out by Just Rogue. Invidious, they could push to win this here as Senses is up in 5 seconds. But other than that, it's going to be about 20 seconds before the next member of Wargaming is up and available.
That was a really, really interesting play there. Freemason played that one perfectly. That was a really smart play he did there. He picked up Chilled in his ultimate and held him between the 2 fire pits that the Fire Giant created, thus taking double damage while he was sitting there unable to move in Freemason's mouth. That was really smart there, followed by the perfect placements by Just Rogue's portals. That Agni would have just plummeted to his death. And they're really going to push this advantage now, getting Dante very, very low. Rana Barana goes up in his ultimate and manages to find... they managed to find the kill there. Shrek kind of hanging out in the back. Oxfall knocks up 1, 2. Freemason jumps over the 3rd. Stone Shield comes out, and the 3-man Cataclysm, as well as the 3-man knock-up from Chilled there.
Oh,
and
by
Senses is going to fall.
By Senses. Shrek was just trying to keep out some of the damage there, unfortunately unable to do so. Invidious take down the middle Phoenix here. I feel like they should go for the left-hand Phoenix rather than the Gold Fury at this point. They've got like full health and a decent amount of mana left for all of them. Runners there. I don't really understand this back here. I feel like they could. I mean, they could at least take down the tier 2 on the right.
They probably could have. Tier 2 is like, okay, we'll kind of just back off slowly. But I definitely think that they really should have for that left Phoenix, because Humbatz at that point, Dante was 17 seconds from coming up and Humbatz was 34 seconds from coming up. With the damage that they had there, they would have easily been able to burst down that Phoenix and allow more fire minions to push into that Titan room. But something to note is there is absolutely no towers taken down from Law Gaming. They haven't been able to take down a single one of Invidious's towers.
And that's really, really bad for them because it means they don't have the map control that Invidious do.
Yeah, exactly right. But as we see, the middle Phoenix has gone down. There are going to be fire minions there. Goldie's going to have his work cut out for him, I suppose, in clearing those minions. Chilled's going to give him a hand. They're just going to try and clear out as many of their buffs as they can because they need to cling to that. They need every bit of help they can get, and those buffs are going to be the things that will help them get not that bit of edge, but that bit of equilibrium in those team fights. But we do see a big grouping of Invidious. They do want to pressure down that right lane. Rana Barana going up into his ulti and managing to pick up that kill on Sensors. And they're just going to want to disengage here. But Top Notch doing his typical Top Notch flanking, kind of hanging out on the side, pressuring them out while his team want to push down that tier 2.
So just quietly, Top Notch is 11-1.
Yeah, I wanted to point that out, and I totally forgot about that because we got carried away by a team fight. But not only is he 11-1, but Freemason's 8-3. And the Blink Wrath of Terror comes out from Nick Crick, and Freemason is going to get out a lot of damage onto Dante, but he is going to pick... he is going to go into Ragnarok and try to get someone else, but it just doesn't seem like he can. Shrek getting kind of low, a bit caught out. He really should not be there. He is going to ulti, though, and heal up quite a bit. Damage has started pouring onto that Order Titan. Freemason manages to pick up the kill onto Chilled. more damage coming down. They are not going to be able to find another pick here unless Law Gaming decide that they really want to get frisky with them. 2,500 health on the Order Titan. It's almost there. Invidious pushing so much damage, and that is a fantastic Fear No Evil, but it's not going to be enough, and Invidious are going to take game 2 pretty convincingly, 8-33. Really, really well done there by Invidious. They've just totally outclassed Law.
Just great play there from Invidious, especially from Top Notch. He played exactly how he needed to out of the solo lane.
He was part of 66% of the kills. 6% of those kills, which I think is awesome. But yeah, really, really well played there. We'll start with our MVPs for both games across the board. I think Top Notch really, really showed up. He went 11-1 and 11 in the second game. I can't remember what he went in the first game, but it was 7-0. Yeah, 7-0. So total over those two games, what? 18-0 and I don't know, 1,000. So Top Notch is definitely getting my vote for MVP. The first spot there. Husey, what do you think?
Exactly agreed there. I think second spot has got to go to Rana, though, doing tremendous work out of that 80 carry position, doing tons and tons of damage.
Oh, he only just had more player damage than Just Rogue by under 100, which is fantastic. If you can out damage Just Rogue playing Giannis, then as an ADC, which is relatively single target, then mad props to you. And to wrap that one up, I think Mason gets the next one. Mason was phenomenal. He definitely has to get the third place there. He went 9, 3, and 4. Not only was he putting out a lot of damage, but he was also bringing out a lot of utility and a lot of pressure onto Law Gaming. Unfortunately, Invidious are just too well practiced and really managed to get the better of Law today.
Yep. Who do we think third place MVP?
Definitely Freemason. So Top Notch, Runner, Freemason.
Sounds good to me. But that's going to do it from us here in the casting booth. This has been day 1 of week number 6 of the Oceanic Pro League. Please join us tomorrow for some more games. From all of us here at TeamDownTV and from our sponsors Plantronics, Roccat, and Sandboxer, we wish you a very good evening, and we'll see you tomorrow.
See you later, guys. Have a good night.